Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel that is Nursing Tricks, and I hope you all are doing well and safe in your homes. And today, dear friends, there is a good news for you people that I am going to start off with the pediatrics as a new subject. And yes, soon I will share a schedule with you in which I will share that which all days I will be allotting to which all subjects, so that at the end we will be able to complete all the subjects on time. So today I am again repeating, I am starting off with the pediatric nursing subject, and today I will be just introducing the pediatric nursing to you people. So I request you, if you have not subscribed my channel, dear friends, please do subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get the notification of my channel and you get the notification of all the new updates that I am uploading to my this channel. Okay, so today I am starting off with just the introduction, dear friends, introduction to the pediatric nursing. And why is it important to study the pediatric nursing? From where this word pediatric has come? What exactly is the historical background of this child health nursing or the child health in the India or over the world? And what is the modern pediatrics, what is the pediatric nursing, what is the current concept, the principles of pediatric nursing, trends in the pediatric nursing, and what all are the factors which is helping in growing or the growth of the modern pediatrics in India. So dear friends, I request you to please do watch this video till end, and please be punctual in watching all my videos, as today I have started one of the very important topics which is very much important if you will see it from the point of your this entrance exams. So I am starting off with the topic. So dear friends, you know, the health of the children has historically been of vital importance. We all know this to all the societies, because you know the children, they are the basic resources. They are the future of the mankind. I hope you are getting what I am saying. If you are facing any problem in understanding my language, the volume, pace, please do comment. I will change it and I will answer to your comments. Okay, so we all know that the children's, they are future to our mankind, and in any country, you know, the mothers and children, they constitute approximately, dear friends, 60% of the population. So you can see what contribution exactly the mothers and the children, they are constituting in a country. So in India, basically, we are staying in India. So India, women of the childbearing age, we know the women of childbearing age is 15 to 44 years. Yes, I am right. Then they constitute 19% of the population, which is again a large number or large percentage. And children under 15 years of age constitute about 59% of the total population. Here I would like to again emphasize on the percentage of the population being covered by the children. Dear friends, it is 59%. 59% of the total population. So now, by virtue of their large number, dear friends, as well as because of being vulnerable to so many diseases, mothers and children, they are the major consumers of health services. I hope this much is clear to you. 59% of the population is in India, it is children under 15 years of age. I hope this is clear to you, and with this I am just turning off my slide, and here comes the main concept, the main definition, and the starting of the pediatrics. So the definition of pediatrics. Now from where this word has come. So dear friends, let me take pen first. Yes, I'm done with it. Okay. So the word pediatrics is derived from the Greek word. Dear friends, from where it has come? It has come from the Greek word. It has come from the Greek word. Greek word. Pedia. P-E-D-I-A. Pedia. Which means child. Pedia means child. In Greek, pedia means child. And iatri, I-A-T-R-I. Because in pediatrics, this pediatrics word constitute of 3 words. So that 3 words are pedia, iatri plus ix. Pedia, this is pedia, this is iatrix, iatric and ix. So pedia means child, iatri means treatment, and ix means the branch of science. So thus pediatrics, it is defined, dear friends, as the branch of medical science that deals with the child development, child care, and with all the diseases of childhood along with their treatment. And pediatrics refer to the comprehensive and continued care of the children, and dear friend, it serves both in the wellness and illness. It's not just that you will study only the illness of the child, no, but we have to also study the wellness of the child. Okay, because the anatomy, physiology is different from the adult. Okay, now I am moving on. I hope that this word is clear to you, and from where this word has come. This is the Greek word pedia, iatri plus x. So child, treatment and branch of science. I hope this much is clear to you. I am moving forward. Okay, so next is, now very important question I have seen many a times in the paper. Who is the father of pediatrics? Who is the father of pediatrics? So he is Abraham Jacob. Abraham Jacob. And the date of birth is 1830 and 1919. 1830 to 1919. And why he is well known as a father of pediatrics? Because of his many contribution to this field. I hope this is clear, and please do remember who is the father of pediatrics. It's Abraham Jacob. Now let's move on to the historical background of the pediatrics. Now what is the historical background of the pediatrics? Who was the first pediatrician? And who has written the first book of children diseases? So we will study in this slide. So in this, the continuance of any society depends on the succeeding generations. Do you agree with this line? Yes. Okay. So the sense primitive times, welfare of children has been a sensitive index of general welfare of people. And we know in India and abroad, pediatric population, dear friends, please do listen what I am going to say right now. It is in India and abroad, pediatric population includes children up to 12 years of age. Children up to 12 years of age. However, in developed countries, pediatric care is extended up to the adolescent age. But our India, it is still a developing country. That is why we are only considering children of up to 12 years of age. And we know previously the pediatric was only limited to the curative care. But now many citations of child care, they are found in records of Asian civilization also. And dear friends, the historical background of pediatric is as follows. Let us see. So the first Indian pediatrician were Kashyapa and Jivika. Kashyapa and Jivika. So the question can be like this also. Please read the stem of the question very carefully, that what exactly they are asking from you, whether they are asking the father of pediatrics or they are asking the first Indian pediatrician. If they are asking the father of pediatrics, the answer will go to Abraham Jacob. And if they are asking who are the first Indian pediatrician, then answer will go to Kashyapa and Jivika. Okay, and the first manuscript on management of children disease was written by the Kashyapa and Samhita. So it is Kashyapa and Samhita who has written the first manuscript on the management of children. I hope this is clear. And in the Arab physician races, they have written the first book on diseases of children. So it is the Arab physician who has written the first book on the diseases of children. And the next important historical background that we all should know is in 1802, first pediatric hospital, dear friends, was opened in Paris. I hope this is clear. So first hospital was opened in Paris. And in 1888, the first department of pediatrics was established in Harvard Medical School. I am repeating, it is opened in Harvard Medical School in 1888. I hope this much is clear to you. Okay, so I am moving forward. So this is the basic thing that you should know. Otherwise, the historical background is very much, you can just read books on it. For us, this much is important. Please do remember at least this 5 points. Okay, who was the father of pediatrics? The first Indian pediatrician. First manuscript was written by Arab physician. The first book was written by the Arab physician, and 1802 first pediatric hospital was opened, and in 1888 the first department of pediatrics was established in the Harvard Medical School. So I hope this is clear to you. Moving forward. So this slide is very important, dear friends. This is about the modern pediatrics. This is about the modern pediatrics. So modern means which you are following nowadays, and pediatrics, pedia, plus x, child, treatment, and last one is the whenever you are studying the science. Okay, so modern pediatrics. Now here you can see, dear friends, though it is very small, so the shift is from, in one column you can see the shift is from and focus on. So earlier their focus was written here, and now the focus is written here. So currently we are following the column in the right side, in which I have written focus on. So dear friends, it is very difficult to say that when pediatrics became a separate specialty, actually saying, and it developed gradually as the knowledge of developmental needs of children increased in society, and pediatrics as a specialty developed with the establishment of department of pediatrics in various medical colleges, dear friends, and establishment of separate pediatric units for children in general hospitals and fondling homes. And today we no longer consider children as miniature adults, dear friends. So childhood is considered a separate phase of life and given similar respect as of the adult. And the present concept of the healthcare of child focuses on prevention of illness, promotion of health rather than treatment of illnesses alone, and present focus of pediatrics, it is shifting from traditional to process oriented. So process oriented and one that is based on the sound scientific rationale. So this is the shift from. So now the shift is from, the first point we can see is the disease centered care. Earlier we just used to care for if the child is sick, but now the child centered care is within the family centered. We want the child, their center of care should be their family system. Okay, then discouraging, second point is discouraging the families on neglect of the female child. Earlier we have seen the male is to female ratio was very high, or so it is very low. So you can say that nowadays taking special care of female child as she is a future mother. Okay, so now we are just taking the special care of the female child. Okay, now next is starting care for women after she became a pregnant. But nowadays health education on planned parenthood and guarantee this guarding the maternal health before the conception itself. So we are starting off with the this health education at the time of conception itself. Next is the special care of the sick child in hospital, but nowadays we are giving the comprehensive care to the child. Earlier it was caring for the physical conditions of the child in isolation, but now we are focusing on the holistic care. Earlier we used to just the care was based on the illness only, but nowadays it is a health promotion oriented care. We are just promoting the health care. Next is not allowing parent to be with the child in the hospital and having the rigid visiting hours. So at this hours only you can visit your child, but nowadays it is, we are ensuring that child must have one, at least either of the parent with him or her in the hospital and having flexible visiting hours. Okay, earlier it was care was only hygiene and treatment oriented, but now it is warmth and love oriented. Earlier it was just providing routine care. Now it is quality care in terms of play, recreation, nutrition, which will help in their development process, normal development process. Next is the traditional practices. Now we are focusing on the evidence-based practices. Dear friends, already I have started with the research in which I have already discussed what is the evidence-based practice. I hope this much is clear to you, and the focus and the shift is from where to, and nowadays we are focusing on what. Next is the pediatric nursing. So this much we have seen about the pediatric in general. Now what is the pediatric nursing? Okay, so pediatric nursing is the branch of nursing concerned with the care of infants and children. As simple as that. When you are caring for the child, or when you are caring for an infant, that type of nursing care is known as the pediatric nursing care, or you can say it as child health nursing. Okay, so I hope this slide is clear to you. Moving forward. Now, what is the current concept of the pediatric nursing? So the current concept focuses on how we can remember this. We can remember within this your mnemonic as ACADEMIC. That is academic. That is academic. So A stands for advocate for child and family. So being a pediatric nurse, you should advocate for the child and for the family. Sometimes if you are caring for an infant, that infant cannot tell you everything. That infant cannot speak up for his or her things. So you need to advocate for that particular infant, and you need to advocate for the family caring for that particular infant. I hope this A is clear to you. Then I comes to C. C stands for communicate for the child. Now you need to communicate for the child if you see that child is not capable enough to communicate for himself or for herself. And then A stands for activate the child's activities. Now let's take an example. If a child is admitted in a hospital, that time if you will provide only this care to the child, and if you are not taking into consideration the normal development of the child, dear friends, the normal development of the child will be hampered. So it is very important that if the child is admitted in a particular age group, you should know that what exactly play activities or what exactly recreation activities you can activate in the child, which will help in the normal development of the child. I hope this A is clear to you. Then D. Now D stands for disseminating information related to the child health programs. Nowadays we have so many child health programs available for the child health, so they will just be going into the bin if the family and the child who actually needs that program, if they are not knowing about that program, if they are not aware of that program. So it is very important that being a pediatric nurse, you should at least disseminate the information which is related to the child health nursing. I hope so. We have seen advocacy, your communication, activation, and dissemination. Now, next is the educate the public about the child health. Now, it's not only that you are just awareing the people or the patients or the family whose child is admitted in your particular ward, but it's your responsibility. You need to educate them about, or you need to educate them and the public as well, general public as well, about the child health, so that they should also come to know that nowadays the children's, they are being given the same respect as of the adult. I hope this is clear to you. Next is M, which is motivating the people to participate in child care. So it's your responsibility to motivate them to participate in the child care. As we have seen that nowadays we are involving the family also in the holistic care of the child. So you need to motivate them that yes, you are also capable to take care of your own child whenever your child is sick. Next is investigate the available resources. So it's you who can investigate what all resources are available with the family, with the child, so that they can take care of their child in a better way. Now last is the collaborative care. So the collaborative care says that all the health physicians and the pediatric nursing staffs and all these staffs, they work in a collaborative way so that they can care in a collaborative and comprehensive and holistic thing, this to the child. Okay, so this is advocacy, communication, activation, disseminating information related to child health programs, educate the public about the child health, motivate people to participate in a child care, investigate available resources, and the collaborative care. So I hope the current concept, so this headline says it is the current concepts of the pediatric nursing in which we have seen academic. So I hope this academic is clear to you. I am moving forward. Next is the principles of pediatric nursing. Now what all are the principles that you, being a pediatric nurse, you should be taking into a consideration? So first one is building the working relationship. Now this says the nurse should begin to build a working relationship with the parents and their children from the time of their first contact with them. You know, the first impression is the last impression. And okay, if you are dealing with the adults, they will understand that okay, you are behaving this way because you have a workload. But children, they will not realize this, that you are behaving or you are shouting because you have workload. The first impression that you will give to them, they will take it as your last impression. And even if you will provide chocolates and all these things, you want to gain the attention of the child in the later stage, definitely they will not come to you. So it is very important, dear nurses, that you should build a working relationship with the parents and their children. Because why of parents? Because they should have some confidence on you that you can take care of my child as of me, as of a mother. Okay, so this is the building working relationship. Next is you should be aware that all behavior of children are meaningful. Dear friends, if they are crying, if they are shouting, if they are playing very nicely, if they are not just shouting on anyone, they are just sleeping, so their every behavior says it is meaningful, they want to convey something. Okay, if an infant is crying, so don't think he is crying for what, just for a mother or for something. Just go and see. So the behavior the child is showing to you, please be aware of that behavior, that whatever the signs he or she is showing to you, it is meaningful sign. Next is you should accept the parents and their children exactly as they are. Okay, it's not that you just change them, you want them to change their language, you want to change their way of, or you want to change their standard of living, so you can't change. Please accept the parents and their children exactly they are. This will also help in building a working relationship with parents and their children. Okay, so next is you should show the empathy to them, for parents and children. Next is you should aid in the solution of problems. You should not just give the immediate ready-made solution to their problems, but yes, you can allow the parents to just get a solution for their problems, and yes, you can help in just aiding that solution. Next is acknowledging the parents' right to decision. You should always acknowledge them that you have your right on your children and you have to take the decision for your child. Next is allow the expression of emotions. Always, you should always ask the questions that is limited to a single idea. Why? So that it is easy for the parents and child to understand what is being asked. If you will ask so many questions at the same period of time, they will not be able to answer. Okay, now next is use understandable language always, and make them feel that they are all working in a collaborative manner, which we have already seen in my last slide, that the concept says you have to work in a collaborative way. I hope the principles of pediatric care is clear to you. Any doubts? Your comments are always welcome. Next is trends in the pediatric nursing. Now the latest trends we will see, we will just see what are the trends in pediatric nursing. So the latest trends is flexible visiting hours. We have seen rooming in. Rooming in means allow either of the parent to stay with the child. Then parent support group, very important. School teacher involved in the care of hospitalized child, very important. Play in the school as well as in the hospitals. Care of parents, family centered care we are giving. So we have seen the child centered care within the family system. This is what they are saying. Health and nursing team, evidence based practices, and prevention of disease and promotion of the health. So dear friends, with this we have seen the introduction, just the introduction to the pediatric nursing. I am just repeating my slides. In this we have seen the definition and the concept of pediatrics, the definition in which from where the word has come, and then the father of pediatrics, historical background of the pediatrics, modern pediatrics, the shift is from where to, and the focuses, now we are focusing on what all things, the pediatric nursing, the definition of pediatric nursing, current concept of pediatric nursing in which we have seen this academic, then principles of pediatric nursing we have seen, trends in pediatric nursing we have seen. So dear friends, with this we are over with the introduction and the modern concepts and the trends in the pediatric nursing, and from this particular topic you can get question from the historical background, you can get question from who is the father of the pediatrics. Yes, you can get the question from the from shift is from where and the focus is on where, and what is the current concept of pediatric nursing, the principles from here you can get the question. So dear friends, I have taken up this particular chapter just to introduce why is it important to study the pediatrics and what all things has been changed over a period of time in the pediatric nursing. And with this we are done with the introduction to the pediatrics, and yes, in the next chapters we will see the child welfare, in which we will see the rights of children, the various policies, this legislations, national programs related to child health, and the various agencies that are related to the child welfare available for the children's. So this is all we are going to study in the next class or the next video. I request you all that I am putting my efforts to teach you this pediatric nursing to the best. These lectures will not only help you to crack any exam, but this will also help to the student of third year BScs, those who are currently studying the pediatric nursing. So I request you to please go through these lectures, and if you are finding difficulty in understanding my language, if you are finding difficulty anywhere, your comments are always welcome. And very soon, once I will be just taking all this, once I will have all the equipments with me, I will come live and I will teach you this topic again. So don't get worried. I am just utilizing this time to make you people understand the topics clear. Okay, so I hope this much is clear to you. please, if you have not subscribed my channel, subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon. So with this, I'm thanking you. Thank you so much.